Hello everyone, good morning from MS Textiles. This is Christy Robbins. Again, today's video is the third video in a series about how to make a quilted oven mitt. These videos have been created for my sewing class at Jaceno. And so I want to show you the third video. This video is how to complete the bias bonding along the bottom edge of the oven mitt. Okay, and I'm gonna bring my camera closer so you all can see. And again, you know, we did this by hand, so this is a hand sewing project, okay? And so as you can see, for the purpose of this video, this oven mitt is almost complete here. Okay, so I want to show you, I want to bring the camera up closer. I'm going to show you, this is the lining that's already been inserted as per previous video. These are the two outer oven mitt pieces, and I've gone ahead and pinned. I'm going to unpin to show you, but I'm going to not take all of them out, how I have actually folded. And so once the lining piece was inserted, okay, then I took the bias bonding, just as in the very first video about how to make bias bonding. I folded it in half, and then I folded it again, okay? And that second fold lies directly over the lining, if you guys can kind of see. And it encloses the lining inside the binding, okay? And then I've used these large pins on purpose so you can see, it's easier to see how that was done, okay? And so this just fits nicely around. And so I have here a length of about 18 inches double strand thread, the length of my arm, as we talked about in class. There's a French knot at the end. It's got about 1/2 inch tail, and this is just a Sharps by number 7 quilting needle. Okay, so what we're gonna do next, I'm gonna remove this very first pin, okay? And I'm gonna show you what the stitch is. This is the same stitch that you would use to apply bias bonding to any quilt or quilting project. And again, this is my method. This method is a long-standing method. This method can also be found in Alabama Channon, Natalie Channon, the Geometry of Hand Sewing, which we're using in class, okay? So you can refer to that if you need to, or you can look up how to hand sew bias bonding. And so I'm taking my needle and I'm gonna come to the inside, and I'm starting in the middle on purpose, you guys, sort of in the middle of the mitt. I'm not starting on a corner here where the seams are. Don't ever start kind of on the seam edge like that. That's something important with a quilt or with a quilting project. Don't start on a corner, start kind of in the middle, okay? When you're applying your binding. Okay, and so I'm taking my needle here and I'm gonna come up through just maybe 1/8 of an inch from the edge of the binding. I'm pulling this through here, okay? And I'm just gently kind of going to give a little tug here to make sure that my knot is enclosed. So you don't actually see my knot. You don't want to see your knot. And I am left-handed, you guys, so I might be backwards from you. But I'm going to turn it around here so I can see a little easier. I'm taking my right hand and I'm holding on to the binding with one side. And I'm taking this finger here, just this kind of helps me hold it out straight, as you can kind of see how I have it out straight. And then I'm going to take my needle. I'm coming up through just do you see how I'm coming up through the binding? And I'm right here on the fold, okay? So my needle comes up right here at the fold, so you don't necessarily see my stitch, okay? And then I'm going to come just maybe 1/8 of an inch. You don't want these stitches to be long, okay? These are very short stitches. And so I'm going to come just adjacent. Again, and my needle's going to come up right there at the edge, okay? So you're not actually going to see my stitch. You're not going to actually see my thread. Okay. And then I'm going to go under this side of my lining. Again, I'm going to come up right there at the fold. And that's the trick with applying bias binding by hand. You don't necessarily want to see your stitches. You want to know that they're there, but you don't really want to see them, okay? This is a little slip stitch. Okay. And I'm just doing this 4 or 5 times just so you can kind of see. And again, my needle here is between the lining and the outer mitt, and I'm coming up with my sharp edge of my needle just right there on that fold. Each time the needle comes up right there on the fold. Removing that needle, that little pin. Okay, so I'm going down right here just adjacent to my to where I came up. And again, my needle is between the lining and the outer edge of the outer piece. Right there, I'm coming up right there on the fold. This might be kind of slow at first as you get used to it. Okay, and my thumb is holding this down. My first finger is holding down here, and my other fingers are kind of just under here holding. I'm not using a thimble, but sometimes I do, and a lot of folks do use a thimble that do this because you will get your fingers. Okay. You want to kind of come down just like that. And again, these are short stitches, an 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch stitches. Okay. Keeping your thread straight. And then also after just a few stitches, 5 or 6 stitches, I always check to make sure to see how it looks on the other sides, because this is the side you're going to see. So you don't necessarily want to see this. Okay. And you just kind of continue along. You're going to go all the way around until you finish. There are other methods of finishing this. You could finish with a sewing machine, just like I'm doing here by hand. But again, this video was created for the hand sewing class, and we were learning how to do this by hand without a sewing machine. Okay. Okay. So you guys can kind of see. There are my stitches. No stitch visible here. Okay. Kind of see. Alrighty. And just continue to go all the way around until you've finished. And that is how we apply bias binding for quilt or quilting project. And this is the oven mitt project for our Sewing class. Yay! Thanks everyone. Have a great day.